What's up, guys? Today we're gonna talk about the C10. It's been at the new house since I moved in. In the time that it's been here, I decided to do a bunch of different things. Involved me pulling the engine and trans out. That got sold to try and help fund the red truck. Putting its engine back together and having everything fixed in that. In that time, while the motor was out, I decided to pull the bags off of it, and not really sure that was my best decision or not, but they got a new cross member put back in it, a stock one. I did some drop springs in the front. I think they're a 2-inch drop spring. I left the spindles that were on it, a 3-inch drop spindle. As I said, there's no motor or transmission in it. The back, I bought coilovers for it and ended up not using them. They didn't work out for it. How I had already had the rear end set up. In the time of that 4 to 5 month period when I was messing with this, like I said, the motor and transmission's on it. I painted the frame, painted the cross member, painted the control arms, just made everything look refreshed under the hood. Had a piece painted for the firewall that my sister painted for me. I'd opened the hood, but took the hood hinges off because they were junk, and I bought some new ones that I need to put on it. Hopefully, when I get it to the shop, I can at least get that done. But with that being said, when I took apart all the front end and made it back static, I thought about it and been pestering on it and really just thinking about it this whole time period. And I don't want to take away from what the truck was and what it has been. It won't be as cool as it was if I have it static. Granted, I'd be in a lot better shape probably overall, because sometimes you have issues with bags. Not all the time, but sometimes you do. But that truck's been was bagged for probably 6 to 7 years. I can't take that away from it. The cross member that I put in it is a stock cross member. The one we took out was pancaked. I think 2.5 inches in the front or on it. That makes it lay out basically. When you bag these, the cross member hangs below the frame, so you can pancake the cross member or Z the frame, and you will be able to get it to lay out, at least in the front. With it being stock, again, stock cross member, I think the second go around we're going to Z the frame. So that was my big problem with the last setup, where it was pancaked. When you do that, you have to raise your steering components up the same height as your pancake was notched, or cross member was notched when you did the pancake on it. We never did that. I never had any issues with it that I knew of. I mean, I didn't drive it a ton. The whole period it was bagged, I probably drove it 3,000 to 4,000 miles, maybe more. I'm not entirely sure, but in that time I didn't have power steering. So after Power Tour, when we did Power Tour on it, right before LS Fest 2 years ago, I decided to put power steering on it because it's super easy to do on these trucks. Well, I did that. It almost made it undrivable. It was The only way I can explain it is it was too easy to drive. I never had the truck aligned. I took it to a shop and they either didn't want to do it or acted like they couldn't do it. The guy that does alignments there has done them his entire life. I don't know why he could not do it on the truck, but I bought the house with a garage. It was in this side, but it ended up coming over here because that's probably where it's going to stay anyways. It's got its own little bay, but in that, I decided to bring it here after I bought the house, pull it apart. Well, I was going to put a Mustang or Fox body rack in the front of it, like rack and pinion setup. That evolved into trying to figure out how to do that. I don't have a hookup for a welder here, so that's put a damper on things too, but I also don't have a welder. But in that, that evolved into pulling the motor and trans out. I didn't necessarily have to do that, but to pull the cradle out, you got to pull the motor out. So unless you suspend it up, but I don't have anything to suspend it up with, so I ended up pulling everything down to the frame. I left the bumper on it, but the hood was off, the fenders, the whole front doghouse was off. It was just 2 frame rails at one time. That's when I got the idea to kind of go to a static height or static drop. That way I could just put it back together and then go drive it. Well, I got it to where it is now, minus the wheels. I just put those back on the other day because the wheels I had on it, the tires kept going flat. So when the red truck went down, I had full intentions on putting the old motor and transmission back in it. I did want to swap to something else. I had another LS3 block I got. That, like I said, the rods and pistons came out of it for this motor that's in it now, and I ended up having to sell that too. So that's not going in it. I do have the original engine out of this truck. It's out of the red truck. It's a LC9 aluminum block 5.3 with flat top pistons, Gen 4 rotating assembly, whole 9 yards. I don't have the heads anymore. I ended up selling those to somebody. That can go in this, and it more than likely will, but I'd have to get another transmission. So that'll be after I do the upcoming stuff to the frame on this. I think we're gonna go and see the frame this time. That way we alleviate all the issues with the steering, because when you see the frame, you move that whole frame section up. So I think you can move it up 3 inches, and it gives you plenty of room to get away from the crossmember hitting the ground before the frame actually lays out, so we can get it back down on the ground. With that, obviously moving the crossmember up, you gotta move the trans crossmember up. So gotta cut the floor out. I'm gonna have to put a drive shaft tunnel in it. They sell some stuff online. I think I can get away with putting a 4-wheel drive high hump center pan in it. I just have to cut that piece out and then basically riv nut it back in. So it's not too painful. I've done that before on another C10 that I had when I put a TVT6 in it. So I'm contemplating putting a manual in this. I would like to do a TVT6 or a TR6060, but it's probably going to get a 6L80. I've put my fair abuse into the 6L80 in this, and it's held up through and throughout. I had a 4L60 for this truck that was built. I don't know how built it was. It had a converter. I bought a Truecoil 40K for it. I was going to make sure that it was going to stay alive, but sold it. So hopefully I can come across a good deal on a 6L80 for this. With that aluminum 5.3, my red truck before, when I had the old motor setup in it, it ran extremely good for what it was. I mean, it's still a 4-wheel drive half-ton truck, so it's pretty heavy, but it ran pretty good with that motor setup in it. This, however, weighs a lot less than the red truck, obviously, but we've talked about doing turbos on it for a long time. Never had anything turboed. I don't really want to turbo that because I think it's not a death trap, but it's not a newer truck. I don't know why I would rather turbo something newer than turbo something older, but I think that it's going to get that aluminum block 5.3 back in it, put some good heads on it. I'd like to make it look like it's older. I did that on another buddy of mine's truck, or he did it. I helped him with it. Mason. He's got a 79 C30 dually. And it's a 6-liter. He painted it blue to look like the original engine that came in the truck. It had a big block in it. Just cleaned the whole thing up, refreshed it all. Used the stock truck accessories on it, but he did like a carbureted style intake, the one that has the injector bungs in it, so you can run injectors and fuel rails back on it to stay fuel injected. But you just run the Delmo throttle body adapter, which I've got one of those for an LS3 throttle body. So I think I can do Gen 4 truck throttle body on that too, but I can throw that on here, put a carbureted style intake breather back on it so it looks like it belongs. I don't know, we'll see where it gets when I get to that point, but in the meantime, soon, I think if I can just get it back bagged fully, all the air management stuff's still back in it, so that's not going to be a hard thing to deal with. Plumb the lines back up. I think I took the front ones out because they were messed up anyways. Put new lines back up to the front, rebag the front, and get it back on the ground. We're getting married. Me and my fiance Danny are getting married in September of this year, and I would like to drive this out from the wedding because that's my truck. So I would just like to drive it out of the wedding. I could drive the red truck, but it's not that. So hopefully I can get the ball rolling on it soon. I've got some friends that say they're down to do the front. So I think we're gonna tackle that soon. Of course, I'll try and video it as much as I can in the process, but we've never done it. It doesn't seem that bad, honestly. Seems pretty straightforward, but I'm ready to get this thing back out. The video I made a couple years ago on this thing, I watch it from time to time and puts me in my feels. So I'd like to get it back going. I'd like to get it back to where it was, if not better, and keep driving it. I've had this truck this year 20 years. I turned 30 this year, so after we get it running and after we do the frame and whatnot, I've contemplated painting it. I think I can tackle that myself. If not, I got a buddy. Well, anyways, if I've got a buddy in Florida who said he'd come up here to Tennessee and he'd help me paint this thing. So when that comes, obviously there's going to be a lot of metal work. It needs the bottom of the doors It doesn't need rockers, but they're kind of rusty. They got some surface rust. I'll put new rockers in it. Fix this dent right here that I put in it myself trying to shut the hood one day. Don't kick the hood of your truck, it'll dent it for sure. But yeah, I'd like to get this truck back going. I want to put another center section in the rear end, take that welded rear end out, because I'm not a kid anymore, so I'm trying to, every time I've ever had this out, I've probably done a burnout in it. I know I have. I'm trying to get away from that. I'm trying to contain myself. I'd like to get something else soon that I can do that with. I talked about doing it with the Caprice, but I think I'm going to revert back to my original plan with that and do a Baja style build with it. But yeah, let's get this thing back on the road. I miss it. We all miss it. It's been a staple of the friend group for a long time, and it sucks not going to car shows and stuff in that. Although I could take that, but it's not the same to me, at least. I would just like to get this thing back out. But yeah, it's a little short video today. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully soon we can get some stuff rolling on it. That way we can get it back going. Hopefully you guys enjoy the content that comes with that, and hopefully you guys keep subscribing. I think we're a little bit over 100 subscribers now, so that's good. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Peace.